Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 55. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not Hype. I'm not geeked up. Special guest in the building. Introduce yourself to the audience.
What up, what up, what up, what up, man? You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the 48205, man. Red Zone, baby.
Shouts out to my man Q. This is from the E-Block Radio Network. E-Block Radio Network every Monday, 2 p.m. You can find a How to Hustle podcast with Hype there. Since we already started with the radios, let's go there first. GFT Radio Network, 2 p.m. every Tuesday. Thursdays is WTNUphilly.com, 12:30 every Thursday. Then we go Friday, 10 a.m. I Say Podcast Radio Network. Saturdays, the THC Radio Network, 10 a.m. on Saturdays as well. Now, Custom Hustle World. Custom Hustle World is the clothing line, as you can see if you're watching on the E-Block Radio Network on this Monday afternoon. Custom Hustle World is the Instagram page. We now have T-shirts. We got sweatsuits, jackets, custom jackets, and the custom jerseys. Also, Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter is now the official Twitter page of the company. Too much shit going on. I have everything on my one Twitter. And H2H Cleaning. H2H Cleaning is my cleaning company that is on Instagram only. This is a tri-state area situation, but if you make it worth my while, I will slide. Now, Q, episode 55. You ready?
For sure, man. Let's do it.
Shouts out to my man Jock Johnson for making this one happen.
No doubt.
First time I heard Q was on Jock's show, I told Jock instantly, yo, I gotta get with Q. I like the way this nigga's talking. Episode 55. Now, you can use this for any situation. We're not just talking about you and a chick. This could be any situation. What is the hole in your relationship game?
Oh, shit. You mean the whole, like, the what's missing?
Yeah.
Got you. I think for me, let's just break it down. So for romantic relationships, right? So with me and the ladies, dog, this is what I found out. I'm an over communicator, bro. So this is some weird shit, right? Because most people don't know how to
communicator. This is
for sure. Exactly. So most people don't know how to communicate and shit, right? So I overly do that shit. So now I understand that sometimes I overshare, and that shit ain't good either. Some shit you just need to keep to yourself. So I got to learn how to do that. In business relationships, sometimes it's kind of backwards. I don't think I communicate enough. You know what I'm saying? So like in romantic situations, I'm over the top. In business situations or relationships or whatever, I don't think I speak up enough. And a lot of times that's because I undervalue myself sometimes. And that's something I'm working on though.
All right. Undervalues yourself. We're gonna
for sure.
Pin in that one till later when we get to talking about you and the E-Block Radio Network.
For sure.
Let the audience know where you coming in from, though, because international hype is not just a hashtag; it's a way of life.
For sure, dog. We represent off the east side of Detroit. E-Block Radio is actually just what you call it, like I ain't gonna say a code name, but a nickname for the block I'm from the east side of Detroit. 48205. Red Zone. I always say Red Zone because for whatever reason, that's what we know them for. Unfortunately, it's not a good thing, but should I still wear it like a badge of honor? You feel me?
Hey, listen, see me with the BST t-shirts. That's my block.
For sure. So, got you.
Yeah. Holding it down always.
No doubt.
All right, now let's get back on to the topic. The hole in my relationship game would be a lack of respect for others.
Damn.
Now let me show you how I get to this answer.
Yes, please.
It's a lot of people, like there's plenty of people that like I can still fuck with you to an extent, but I don't respect the way that you move.
Got you.
So many people move in a way that I just can't understand, grasp, or like it just don't work for me.
Fact, I feel you.
So like some people, like if you have a mental situation and it's just like they just can't stop from screaming. Like if you got Tourette's, you just can't stop yourself from screaming. Right. No, I'm saying this like to be serious.
Like serious. I got you.
They just can't help themselves but to scream. It's just something in them that's going to do that.
Right.
For me, I can't understand. I can't understand what it is that they go through because like I don't have that problem. I go a long way to get there to say like a lot of people move in a way that I just can't respect and I don't understand. Yeah. So I make people like when I meet people and talk to people, it's like you gotta get a long way to get me to get to the point where I say, all right, I can fuck with him. Gotcha. Because I already come in thinking like you're gonna say some stupid shit.
You already come in like you can't fuck with him.
Yeah, because
that ain't good, bro.
People, but that's why I'm honest about these situations. Though.
I did.
That's why I said the first time I heard you talking on the joint, I said, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get in with I kept hitting you exactly like you just said with the business. You don't be on it. I kept hitting you. Yo, Q, we gotta talk.
Right.
Q, we gotta talk.
I'll be on bullshit.
But that's because it takes so much for me to like the respect the way niggas be moving and what niggas be about. A lot of people don't be about their word. It's one thing I'll tell somebody, yo, look, 2 o'clock I'll be there. At 1:55, I'll probably be outside the door. But by 2 o'clock, I'm there. Like, you know,
see, look, for sure. That's why today it was supposed to be 2. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be cutting it close. I'm like, I better tell him I need later on.
But see, this is why I said I fucked with you instantly, was because you told me that an hour beforehand. You didn't tell me that at 1:57, hey, yo, can we push to 2 o'clock, 2:30, right. Which is how most people operate. Yeah. That's why I said, for me, I got such a lack of respect of a motherfucker who word don't mean nothing, who they ain't about shit. Yeah. For me, it's like, I can't even do business with you.
Right.
Like, and this is one of those things that people always get misconstrued. Like, business ain't personal, it's business. You know what I'm saying? That's true. This shit ain't a hobby for me. This shit is a revenue stream. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm trying to turn this shit into a mortgage, into an empire.
Yeah, you know for sure.
How to Hustle Enterprises is my company. Yeah. I got different branches of the company that I'm trying to turn this shit. It's not a game. Like,
right, so for sure.
When you be having these conversations with people, that be like, okay, this is a hobby that you have, and this person takes it seriously. Mm-hmm. You got the whole E-Block Radio Network behind you, which made me think, instantly, he takes this shit seriously. This is the type of person that I needed to have a conversation with and tie in a relationship.
For sure.
You dig me?
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, relationship was again, it's kind of similar, but it's different in a way. Is I'm not really good with your feelings. Like, wow. Those is your feelings. Like
fuck your feelings.
The worst thing to have is your significant other is crying about something that you don't care about.
Oh, yeah.
So
I did that.
How awkward is it when they're on your shoulder crying and you like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Right?
You gotta play it off.
That don't really affect me. I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel that way about that.
Yeah.
Certain situations, things, and people is like, you understand, like, all right, Chip, I don't mean it's like, all right, your mom died or something like that. Like, obviously, I feel your pain for this situation. Right, some girl you went to school with or something, it's like,
you can't, that don't count.
Yeah, like, that's crazy, I know. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how they go out, like, what's the situation? Like, I'm not really good with your feelings, though. Like, and that's one of those things where it's like, I'm married, so you kind of got to work on that. And you got to be available and attentive to those things, because in those situations, you got to be everything for her.
Right.
She got to be everything for you. It's one of those things where, like, so now you want me to be a nurse and you want me to be your secretary and your stenographer? Well, yeah, you goddamn right.
That's what you signed up for.
Because if you don't, Keisha down the street, who just like the last post in the last 6 episodes, will say, if all you need is a nigga to keep the paperwork in order, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why you can't have them situations. The nigga down the street, though, when you wouldn't be there for her to cry about this, that, or whatever, it's cool, you can come. And that's how we get these different situations.
Yeah, of course, that's how it happens. Not that I've done that before or nothing, but I'm just saying.
I don't understand. I may have heard a story or two.
You know what I'm saying, right?
A long time ago, statute of limitations.
Right. You did.
Yeah. Like, that's why I said, like, for me, though, it's one of those things I always tell people, honesty starts in the mirror. Yeah. And if I can't be real with myself, how the fuck I'm gonna be real with you?
Facts.
How I'm gonna tell you, how I'm gonna make a strong assessment of myself and a strong evaluation of myself to you, to tell you the type of person that I am, how I move and all of that, if I don't know what the hell it is. Exactly. You got to recognize these things in yourself and recognize that this is a shortcoming that I have. This is what I'm doing to work on it. You can't be in a situation where you're like, this is my shortcoming and it just is what it is.
Right. People like that, though, especially women. Women like this. This is who I am. That's how I was raised and shit like that. Like, look, little girl, this shit ain't gonna work.
And that's why I'm fucking your cousin. It's just because you was like that and you want to be on some dumb shit.
Right.
This is exactly why I talk to your cousin.
That's exactly
why. Your girlfriend. This is exactly why I talk to her.
Right.
You don't know how to operate. You're cool in certain aspects, but you're not a long-term situation.
Exactly. Yeah. And sometimes, like you said, you gotta be honest with yourself. And that sometimes means it's gonna be painful sometimes. Like, it ain't all cute and shit when you start really evaluating yourself. Sometimes it's gonna be some horror stories that you was like, you trying to avoid, but in order to move forward and in order to be good for somebody else, you definitely gonna have to make that self-assessment. And that shit tough.
Wounds don't heal unless you rip the Band-Aid off.
Facts. That's the truth.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're gonna have to deal with a couple of minutes of it's like self-honesty in the mirror. Like you gotta make that strong evaluation because you don't want that glass to break and somebody else tell you and you don't even recognize this has been the shit going on for 20 years.
Right. You don't be the last one to know.
You don't want to, like, for example, like you said for yourself, I'll be on bullshit with the business. So the side group text that you're not in, what if one day you get one of them messages and these niggas is all in there like Q still on that dumb shit. We could have did this, we could have did that, and Q been on that bullshit. And you like, well, y'all niggas been feeling like this for the last 20 years and nobody said nothing.
That's the one thing I can say about my squad, dog. Again, shout out to my squad. I wouldn't be nowhere without them. But we probably do have side group discussions and shit.
Everybody's group text has a side message.
But when they want to go in on me, shit, niggas do that. Like niggas check me. Like they hold me accountable and shit. So I appreciate that. Like ain't nobody scared to say what's on their mind. They tell me when I'm on bullshit because I be on it a lot. And like niggas tell me, like they not afraid to do that. So I need them. And like again, I never take them niggas for granted because I know a lot of people don't have a circle like I have, dog. And I appreciate them niggas to the fullest for sure.
Throw their names out there for the audience who don't know.
Shit, right. You gotta get all of them, right? So I got shout out to my man Monk, of course. That's my co-host. Shout out to Angry Man. That's my boy P. Shout out to Kodak Lee down the way. Shout out to my man Steve. These were the original people that started. There's only 3 of us on the show, but like it's a whole gang of us stuff. Shout out to my man D Will. Shout out to my man Bo and shit, who I'm getting ready to go do the bourbon show with. My man Corporate Cody, like just the whole squad, my whole block, E-Block, my whole squad from Martin Luther King Jr. Senior High School, the best school in the motherfucking city. That's it, dog. Yeah, all my dogs, they know who they is.
Every time I watch Martin in the episode when he's an angry man, I always think
right, for sure. That's where we got this shit from.
Oh, it's
angry man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sit your dumb ass down.
Right.
Every time I hear this, that was the first thing I think of. Damn, he's an angry man.
Hell yeah, because dog be angry as hell for whatever reason. I don't even know. Early in the morning, bro. Like turn it down a little bit. Because see how that started though. He didn't used to be on the show. He used to call in all hella angry and shit, screaming and hollering and hanging up and shit. So that's how we originally started calling Angry Man. Then he started being on the show with us and shit. So that's how that popped off.
Copy that.
For sure.
Let's go back to something you said though now in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it though that you feel that you are an oversharer into the intimate relationships?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you.
What's the disconnect that gets you to overshare in this one and what you said it was undervaluing yourself? My bad. Copy that. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, not undervaluing myself. That's in the business shit. Is why I don't think I communicate enough. But in a romantic relationship, dog, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it just come from an old puppy love that I had before that I fucking completely ruined, dog. Like I just did some 20-year-old shit and I killed the whole relationship and I fucked it up. So from that point forward, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be better at this communication shit. And then I just started oversharing. And I found out like that's kind of bad too. Like some situations, when even in a relationship, I mean, you have to be honest, but some shit don't have to be said all the time. So I'm slowly figuring that out. I'm an oversharer, so I gotta quit that shit. But as far as the business relationships,
wait, we're not there yet. We ain't there yet. I got you.
That's why I stopped myself. We gotta stay here.
That's why I stopped myself because copy. I got it.
We gotta stay here.
See the relationship joint. This goes to episode 54, which will be out, the week before this one.
Yeah,
is so many times we be having relationships and it's like, we didn't fix what fucked up the last relationship. We just jumped into a new one.
Yep.
And didn't even recognize that shit was wrong from that last relationship or that we wasn't even ready to be in something else.
Mm-hmm.
You ended up with something for the night and then you just try to snowball affect the situation. And then it's like, damn, it's 2 years later and I'm still with this bitch. I don't even really like her. Do I even really like her like that?
Bro, super facts.
And like you said, as far as saying this is why the feelings thing for me, it'd be like you gotta kind of say what's honest but find a better way to say it.
Yeah, for sure,
because nothing hurts worse than words. You can apologize all you want, all right, you can, baby, please, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Once
The
you
word
said
is
it,
out
it's
there.
said. Once
Yeah,
you said it, it's said. Once that toothpaste out that tube, you can't put it back. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
She can
Damn, you really
forgive you,
can't.
but she gonna forgive you, but she can't forget it. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Once you say it, it's said. And
Oh
once
yeah,
you
no
cross
doubt.
that line, it's crossed. So like once you
Mm-hmm.
tell her, like, yo, I really don't fuck with your mom like that. Like, I really don't want to go over there for this cookout. Like
Yeah, it's too late. It's too
for
late
the rest
now.
of forever now, yeah, like you don't fuck with my mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's too late.
Like, yo,
Hell
your
yeah.
brother is, or if she tell you, like, your brother is a bitch, I know my girlfriend did this, that, or whatever to him, you're
Right.
never going to be able to unhear that. So every
Exactly.
time y'all come around each other, it's gonna be like, you got to find a better way to say that. You just got to be, instead of saying, like, I really don't fuck with your mom, you got to just be like, yo, I really wanted to be in the house tonight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Something.
Like, I ain't
Little
want to stay out too
excuse.
late. Yeah.
Right.
A little headache, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Said
Find a
that,
way
not
out
the
of there.
headache, bro.
I got a headache, you know. I had a long
Right.
day. We was doing the bourbon show. I had one too many. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Try to lay it down.
yeah, you find a way to finesse that situation by still communicating to the point that, like, I don't want to go
Yeah.
because I don't really want to put myself in that situation.
Facts.
But you just can't come out always and say, this is one of those things that you figure out as an adult. Everything that you think ain't got to come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And like you said, when you 20, you ain't got
Man.
that kind of perspective.
Hell no.
You forever young and dumb and reckless, and
Like,
you
this
look
is
back
it.
and be like,
This is who I am.
yo, you look back and be like, I could have got killed 14 different times just
Man,
that night.
what?
Like, not even these other different situations. This one night that you think about,
Right.
yo, it was crazy. We did this, that, whatever. You're like, yo, shit could have went left instantly.
Man, I talk about that shit all the time, dog. And not just in relationships, just decisions I made, period, back in them days, man. Like, we be sitting around talking about, you know, the shit we used to do back in the day. And I know people always ask, like, if you could go back and shit with you and shit. And I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. Hell no, I might not make it this time. I ain't going back. Fuck that. Straight. Even knowing what I know, I probably still make some goofy ass decisions. I might not make it this far next time. So I would never go back. I'm cool. I made my memories and shit. But yeah, we didn't been real close to some shit where, yeah, I ain't doing that shit no more.
The one thing I hate when everybody does the, like, would you go back situations, all we all gonna go back and do is try to get in on Google. Try to get in on Bitcoin or, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell
The experiences that we all individually have lead us to the people that we become.
Facts.
So if you take one or two of those things out, now you're not the person that you become. Now you don't know what the hell it is. Like you said, now you might end up getting shot around that corner that time.
Exactly.
But even then, it's one of those things. Just because you got shot don't mean that your ass is gonna die. You can just be paralyzed though now. You know what I'm saying?
And I never take my legs for granted.
That's what I'm saying. So you never know what that situation would be, but everybody always just instantly goes to, you know what I'm saying, I would have been in a Google situation, told niggas to invest in this, that, or whatever.
Which definitely, that would have been dope though.
Copy that, because I'd be butt naked on the island somewhere right now. Right. on a custom hustle towel.
Facts.
All right, now let's switch it up to the E-Block Radio Network.
Yeah.
Before we started all the way in, how long you been doing the E-Block Radio Network?
The network we've just been doing for probably about the last 3 years, I think. Originally though, the whole concept of E-Block Radio started fucking, what is 2022? Say 11 years ago. So it was like 2011. No, 2010. 2010.
I was about to say.
Yeah, so it's 12 years ago. Yeah, 2010. Like low key, I was across the street at my homeboy Chris. Shout out to my man Coke, one of the OGs on my block. And we used to be in the basement lifting weights and shit. And Monk little brother Jay was like, dog, we should do a radio show. This is back when it was just called internet radio. So I was like, dog, how you do that shit? So I went to the crib, Googled that shit, found out we could do it for free. So I started just doing this shit for like 30 minutes. And it was just me. Did that for like a month. Monk jumped on and shit. And then we turned it into like something for real, though. I had a little Dell computer, a Metro flip phone, dog, and the shit was horrible. I'm talking about the shit was bad. I'm glad I don't even know where that shit is. I hope I'll never find it. And we ain't had no video or nothing then, obviously. So it was just all blog talk radio. If niggas hip to that, there's some old school shit. But we started there. Then I started, dog, this is another throwback. We started doing Ustream, dog. Niggas probably don't even know what that is. But we started doing that to do live videos or whatever. It started picking up. People started calling in. People started wondering when we was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So we just started being consistent with it. And then it just flipped into my nephew wanted to do a podcast. A couple of homies want to do one. So I was like, you know what? I'm kind of dope on this production tip. Let me go ahead and just do that for y'all. So that's when I started doing production and stuff. And like I said, that was probably about 3, maybe 4 years ago. I started producing other people's shit. So then now we here. So we come from a Dell computer and a flip Metro to streaming YouTube 4 or 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to just make a big movement and give people an outlet. Cause like, dog, where I'm from, dog, niggas wasn't trying to do radio shows or even be on the internet being seen like this. So like, this is new for like everybody. So yeah, that's where we at with it.
Don't sell yourself short. # producer of the year, Q.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, so this is where I was about to go now with you.
Yeah.
A couple things that you touched on there. Old school nigga like myself, I ain't in the, you noticed on the Instagram page, there's not really a lot of pictures of me.
Exactly.
Come from the era of why were we taking a bunch of pictures?
Exactly.
I don't want people to know what I'm doing, where I'm at, and all of that type of situation. So again, this is like I said, I heard you on Jock, and I said, this nigga's talking the type of shit that I like to hear. Yeah. Then you did the Pod Connection.
Yep.
You went down to the Pod Connection. I think that was in Nashville, wasn't it?
Are you talking about the Pod Connection when we won the award and shit? Or are you talking about the now that was back, that was what, 2019. I just went to the podcast movement. That's what you're talking about, the pod movement joint. That was in Nashville. That was last year.
Okay.
Yep.
So go ahead then. You
yeah.
This is where I'm getting you to.
Okay, so yeah, so
this is how I said put a pin in that situation about I don't be taking myself seriously and all of that shit. Yeah. Now we pulling that pin, Q.
Gotcha.
We win the award.
Yeah, for sure.
We start from a flip phone and a Dell.
For sure.
Me just sitting here and my man's calling in and then my man wants to come in and an angry man is screaming and hollering on the phone and then we got him in the situation. This is why I said put a pin in that situation. This is why you don't sell yourself short, Q.
For sure. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of shit going on. So,
like you said, I'm in a city where niggas wasn't on this type time and niggas wasn't thinking about it like that.
No.
So that means you got a lane and you go dominate the lane.
Yeah, for
this
sure.
Is what I try to tell people all the time is I ain't giving you $1 million worth of game because they from Philly too. I'm not them niggas and they not me. Gotcha. They can't give you how to hustle because they can't give you hype. Yeah. I am the catch is what I tell everybody when I do these different radio stations and all that shit. I'm the catch. I'm the shit that you need to get. This is what you need on your situation to enhance your shit. Yeah. So for you, this is what I'm saying. This business shit and these niggas, like you said, you got niggas on the ground out there who wasn't even thinking about this shit. Now, I know so many niggas in Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to know niggas on the ground in Detroit who on this type time. So don't sell yourself short. Don't sell y'all movement short because you got a nigga like me from Philly who was reaching out to you. Yo, bro, what's up? We got to make this shit happen.
For sure.
That's why you don't sell that shit short. That's why you don't treat that business like, I can get back to that email later. I can text that nigga back later because you don't know what's on the other end of that message.
Thanks.
Other end of that message might be, yo, look, producer of the year. We need you to come produce this, that, or whatever.
Exactly.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Now we got a bag coming into the situation.
I definitely gotta get better at this shit. I do my niggas like that too, though. Angry man be the first one to tell you, he's like, dog, if you ever in the bind or in some shit, dog, do not call this nigga because he's not gonna answer the phone. I literally left this nigga in jail, bro. Like I didn't know, right? So this nigga got hemmed up and she spent the weekend in jail and shit. So he calling me, but I ain't recognize the number, so I ain't fucking answered. So then he ended up calling. I was at my old man crib. He called my old man crib and shit. I looked at the caller ID. I'm like, who the fuck? So I ain't answered there either. So then I'm on the block and I see dog hitting the corner, right? Wet as hell, right? Because it's summertime. This nigga drenched because it's hot as hell. He come up sweating, dog. So I'm like, motherfucker, where you coming from? He's like, dog, they let me out. So here go my dumb ass. I asked him, dog, how come you ain't called me? This nigga went berserk. He like, nigga, I called you 15. I'm like, oh shit, bro. I'm sorry, dog. So from that point, it used to be a joke at first about niggas being in the bind and calling me, but it's a real life thing. Like, do not call me because I'm probably not going to answer the phone, bro. I'm gonna get better at that shit though, for real. I'm working on it.
This is what you got. That's what I told somebody last week at the live show. And asked me how did I come up with the topic that we did for the show, and I told her, all my conversations are currency.
Yeah.
All right. Like all my conversations are used to try to build topics, try to build relationships, and try to build either connections, even if the relationship, even like it's plenty of stations and people that I talk to, and it's like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. But that don't mean you burn that bridge. I never know when I might be in your city and say, yo, I'm down such and such.
Right. Yeah, put
I'm
me
at
together.
the airport
right.
and don't know which way to go. I didn't know y'all had 2 airports out here. You never know
right,
what the situation be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
you always keep those relationships sturdy. And I understand that I don't answer different block numbers. I don't answer block numbers. I still don't.
Still don't.
My brother called me for like 3 weeks straight, and he had to call the house phone finally. Get my mom. He was like, "Nigga, I'm calling you." Listen, you unblock the number, or you're not getting me the answer.
Exactly, right, for sure. Yeah.
So, before we wrap episode 55 up on Q, let everybody know what's next for the E Block Radio Network.
No, what's next right now, man? We're working on securing an actual building because what I want to do with the building at this point is obviously I want to produce our podcast, but we want to produce other people's podcasts. But I want it to be an open space too, where I can also do photography because I do take photos and videos as well. So I want to be able to produce podcasts and commercials and videos in this facility. And the reason why this is important is because we can go anywhere. Like I got people in the city right now. I can go to a studio. Like that's not a thing, but there's so many of my podcasts where we're either smoking weed or smoking cigars, and you can't do that inside the office buildings. So that's why we're trying to secure a location where I can do all of those things and still have a opposite space to do like green screen videos, commercials, and that kind of thing. So really, we're just looking for a creative space to do some video and audio production. So that's what's next for us right now. That's gonna be kind of branching out from our own entity to like then helping others. What I want to eventually get into though, and this is like a long-term goal, I want to be able to get a facility. Actually, I want to do like a nonprofit to be able to teach some of the younger kids how to do this broadcasting and video stuff. Because they've taken all of that shit out of our schools. Like, I don't know how it is, outside of the city, but in Detroit, like all of the extracurriculars, all the shit that will help you actually maintain some shit in school other than the bullshit they teaching us, they've taken it away. After school studies, all the extracurricular stuff is they can't find the money for it. So I would like to have a facility like that to give some of these kids an alternative because they know how to make YouTube videos. They doing that shit all day. So like, let's get them into some real video production and show them some shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's my long-term goal right there.
Before the shutdown 2 years ago, with my old podcast, was in conversations with a girl that was like at a private school. Her family was tied in with this private school, but she was like, same situation with the podcast, smoke, drink, and all of that going on. She like, I want y'all to come up to the school though and talk to the kids about the business side of your podcast and all of that. Right. How you can turn this into something different. Same way like you talking about like how to do your production, how you do your editing and all of those different things. It's like these kids, they've been doing this stuff since they've been babies with their phones, and now it's like this is an avenue where they can make some bread and where you can be successful on your own, not go to college and find out how to work for somebody else. Start this thing in the classroom, and if you could start it, if they could start that shit in the classroom while they in school, you got so much of a head start. Because if you're in school and you popular enough, you got access to however many hundreds of people that are in this building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you would already hit the ground running and be able to turn this shit into something we couldn't even imagine.
Exactly, for sure.
So,
and that's I want to give them that opportunity.
So yeah, shouts out to y'all for even having that thought, because like I said, we were supposed to go up and talk to some kids at the school, but the whole shutdown, and now we just the whole world up.
Right, the whole world is just a different place now. Shit.
Now you're walking there like, what, young boy got no mask on? Oh man, he coughed 3 times. Look.
Right, we out here.
3 coughs is like a Uzi. Did she just sneeze? Oh hell no, I can't stay.
Right, sneeze definitely off the chain.
Hey, hold up, young boy wasn't in school the last 2 days. Did he test negative, or did y'all just let him come back? Like,
right, all that shit you gotta think about that.
That's what I'm saying, like, man. When we did the live show, I told people, I'm like, when they was like, "Hey, let me get the mic," you're not getting my mic, get his. Right. My mic is only for me.
Exactly.
Like, the whole time coming up here, I'm like, oh my god, please don't come near me.
Right. Yeah, I don't want no problems for sure.
But shouts out to y'all, the E Block Radio Network. Q. I've been trying to make this one happen for a minute.
For sure, man. I appreciate you.
from the first time I heard you on Jock podcast, again, shout out to the Jock Johnson podcast and the solo show Jock doing now.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
From the first time that I heard you on there, was talking about that pod connection and all of that shit. I'm like, okay, this nigga got a whole station, and this nigga's down there tapping in with other people in other situations and cities and all of that shit. And like I said, international hype is not just a hashtag. This shit is a way of life.
No doubt. No doubt.
So I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you having me a part of the E-Block Radio Network every Monday at 2 on the E-Block Radio Network.
Always, dog.
So that's episode 55, y'all. Appreciate y'all hitting the button. We are out.